Alright everyone, welcome back to another episode of Before We Leave. I hope that everyone is having a great day. I know that I am. Today is Sunday, May the 31st of 2020, but you'll be watching this on June the 1st. So I'm recording this one day in advance. I guess that's not really the most useful information for you guys to know when I record it at. Probably more useful for you guys to understand what day it is that you're watching this, but anywho, we're going to stick with our intro as it is, but we're jumping right back on into things for Before We Leave. When we last left off, we just got our oil well up and going, and we started pulling out oil from the ground. Now, what we are going to try to get to today is oil refinery. So we got right here on our third island. So we've already gone through our first, we've gone through our second, and now we're on our third, getting this specific resource. We need the oil. And so we got the oil well, pumping it out. I think that's super cool how it produces them right there on the side. And then what we also needed was a power plant. In order to get this up and going, we did need power. So we got some power going using some wood. We do have a decent amount of wood storage on this island. So right now we're doing decently well, sustaining everything. Now, before we go too far, I did want to hop over to our library. That's a house. Where's our library? Right there. And I did want to do a little bit of research because we have plenty of research points, and we should definitely get into some of this stuff. So we could do oil power if we wanted to, but we haven't gotten refining yet done. We do have the pollution cleaner that we could do. We also have cooking fountains, obviously the oil power as well. So I'm thinking we'll start with oil power, because I feel like that's going to unlock hopefully a decent amount of progression, and then I think maybe we'll jump up to either cooking or fountains next. I think either of those would be some good research to get done. And I did click that, right? That is going. Yep. Okay, cool. Now, these guys are not happy on here. We do need better clothing on this island. So let's take our free throw here and head back to our second island. Where's our port here? I'm a little jumbled around here. There it is, right there. Sometimes you can get turned around pretty quickly in this game. So let's get this guy back over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to move some clothes. Now, I think this island has some clothes left on it. Yeah, it looks like there is 37 clothing stored here. No good clothing, unfortunately. But I think most of that additional, good resources comes from having something additional, like maybe some kind of upgrade from farther progression, maybe into space or something like that. So I'm not too worried on it right now. We don't need cloth. That's not what I want. I want clothing, and I think it's just this, right? So there's 37 here. I think we could safely transfer. Let's do 25, because I think we have 18 peeps on our third island. If we get 25 stuck onto our ship here and transfer it over to our third island, I think that would suffice for quite some time. So we'll get those bad boys loaded up. In the meantime, let's head back to our other island here, our third island, and let's take a peek around. So I think we are doing decently well. Let's take a peek if there's anything in the red. What is this? Fruit. Demand is 2, and we don't really have any for some reason, but we do have orchards going up here, so I'm a little surprised at that. But anywho, let's flip ourselves around here just a wee bit so we can see what we got going. So we got our warehouse up here. What was this one holding? I think it was stone, wood, and oil. So the oil is going up there. It's going kind of a far way away, realistically, because we're going to need to send that over to our oil refinery, but our refinery doesn't have to be next to where the oil actually is. I'm guessing it would make it a little bit quicker, but I ultimately don't believe it matters. Can we get flipped around here again? I like facing this way. For whatever reason, it flips me every time we're going back and forth between islands here. So we'll get that over here. Get those clothes going. And let's take a peek down here. So we do have steel, which is a possibility. And you only need... You take, what is it, iron and power to make steel. Very similar to our iron smelter. So we might want to actually get a steel smelter set up on our first island, because we have steel production going over there. We do not have steel production on this island. We do have resources here, but I think it'd be a little bit easier to send those resources to our first island rather than trying to set up an iron production over here. I think that's going to be our best bet. So that's one thing we're going to have to take care of. The other thing, obviously, now is the fuel refinery, and this is going to cause a heck of a lot of pollution. No doubt about that. But realistically, that's already out to there. That one is there. So really, it's kind of to there. So if we do oil refinery and we put it here, it goes just one beyond that, but I don't think it's too bad. So let's nix out some of this stuff. And really what we'll do is we'll probably divert the road over. How do we want to do this? Because we got the road there. Do we want another road just coming down this way? Or do we just separate it off like so? If we separate it off, it's going to make a weird connection here. Like it always does. I mean, we could separate it off here and send it down this way instead. Let's get rid of that one too. And then what we'll do is we'll get a road going down here, and we'll put our oil production way back there. Now, I don't know if it makes a difference. So if we have it there, yeah, there it's just taking up more possible pollution way out there. The other option I was going to do was put it way out here. That was the original thought. But realistically, if we can keep all the pollution centered in one space, once we do research for a pollution scrubber, I think that's what it's called, we could get that going just in one space rather than having to put it in multiple areas. Now, what if I do try it from here? It makes it look kind of funky, not gonna lie. So I think really to make it look funky up here is probably just easier to do. So let's try to get this bad boy, because we have everything we need for it. We need 10 wood, 15 stone, 15 tools, 15 glass, and then it takes 20 seconds, and then it uses oil and power, and then you will get fuel. But I believe that power, that research that we were doing, which is almost done, was oil power. So I'm guessing we don't need fuel for that. We just use normal oil, which would be pretty nice to do. So you don't have to actually refine that. But anywho, I'm blabbering on. Let's get this built, or at least get that going over there. We're gonna get something new in there. Obviously, we have our steel upgrade here, which is gonna cause a decent amount of pollution. But we'll go back to our first island for that, like I said. And we do now have oil production done, or oil fuel generation done. Yeah. So basically, this is actually not. That's actually not too bad at all. So it does cause heavy pollution, unfortunately, but that is how either of our generators are. Actually, it causes more pollution than our wood generator, but it uses oil, and it does give a bonus from one nearby empty tile equals +2 oil storage. So you actually want this oil generator next to empty spaces. Interesting. So really, we probably could nix this boy out here and put in a oil generator. Now, I'm just out of curiosity, how big? Holy smokes. That is a huge amount of pollution. So I think the next best thing for us, I think a pollution cleaner. I think that'll be a worthwhile investment to look into. I don't think anything else additional unlocked from us doing the oil power just yet. I'm guessing we have to progress a little farther overall in the game, which is perfectly fine. So we got that up and going. That's going to take some time to do. We do have the iron going here, and I believe from our shipping, we are sending all of our iron ore to our first island to the start. So let's go to the start here and zoom in. Realistically, we don't need this anymore, the explorer's hut, because there's nothing left to explore and find on this island, unfortunately. Why are you unhappy? Unhappy workers. No reasoning. That's super helpful. But yeah, this is what we discovered in the last episode. This was pretty much our first area where we had pollution from it, other than our generator here, our wood generator. As you can see, this causes a decent amount of pollution from the darker grasses around here, but you can see how much pollution is being caused by this iron smelter way out here. It's definitely, I mean, it's definitely causing a good amount of pollution. So, which is kind of unfortunate to have. Then we have our toolsmith there. So I think realistically, we're gonna want to put our steel smeltery out here, because if we take a look at our inventories, we do have 22 iron, but I don't know, I can't recall, are we storing iron in anything? We have 2 resources in here, wood and tools. In here we have just stone, so that's only for stone. This is food and drink, and then this one has 2, which is iron. Yep. Iron and iron ore. Okay. Which, yeah, 60 per. So we have a ton of iron ore. We have a ton of iron. I'm guessing it's making tools, a lot of tools for us, which I don't think we really need. Where am I storing my tools again? Is it this one? Yeah, we have 60 in there, and then 60, and then there's 11 sitting elsewhere. No storage space. Cool. So it's just gonna backlog the amount of iron that we get, and it's not gonna keep making tools. Because if I believe, looking at our shipping, I do have it where it'll send tools to the next steps. It does leave at least 40 tools behind, take only enough tools to keep the destination at 20. So they're only keeping 20 at our 3rd island at the next steps. So we should be perfectly fine there. And it did say our research was complete for the pollution cleaner, which is not bad. So basically you need water, and it cleans up the pollution. Now, how big of an area does it do it? Holy smokes, it is quite a big area, which is awesome. I mean, that's the area that we really need it in. So if we were to stick one like right here, it would help clean this whole entire polluted area. And we would probably want it off of there, like so. But let's get a road right there, because I do want to put in a steel smeltery. Put it right there. So then we'll have both of them right next to each other. And then I don't know, do we still have iron resources on this island to take advantage of? I don't believe so. And I think that's why, or no, I do have one right here. But if I'm not mistaken, I didn't want to do it because the pollution wouldn't be that bad. It wouldn't affect necessarily anything in our way. So it says production will be slowed by pollution, but it doesn't say if it's pollution on the actual block or nearby. So that's the real question. But there is resources here, but we have resources on our other islands that we're contributing to here anywho. So let's bump up the speed here. I've been blabbering on so much already. I really need to get the speed going here so we can get this stuff built. So it shouldn't take too long, hopefully. What are we missing? Waiting on resources. And look at that. By the power of editing, we have our steel smeltery up and going, which is perfect. We have now the potential to get a good amount of steel, and I'm guessing we're going to need steel for our for our spaceship anywho. So these actually look pretty cool, not gonna lie. We zoom, get a good shot in here. Just like so. Yeah, those look pretty cool. Cool. Alright. So we're gonna continue on. It's surprising that actually didn't take as long as I thought it was gonna take. Now, do we want to have a space dedicated to this? So over here we have plenty of dedicated areas for iron and iron ore. Do we want to also stick steel in here? So then it would be divided by 3. So then it would be 40 each. I don't think that's bad to do 40 each. I don't know why. Is this guy still making steel? Unhappy workers. We don't have any it still has upgrades, but we don't have any upgrades for it yet. Our first steel was made. That is dope. And then probably what we're actually going to want to do as well is get that pollution scrubber up and going. Why not? Where was that? Right here. We can stick it. Where do we want to stick it? Right off of here? If that isn't the most janky looking roadway, I don't know what is. But we're doing our best here. I guess really it would have been better if we stuck it this way. I changed my mind. We're doing it that way. My OCD is extremely high. There we go. That's better. So we'll let that build up, and then that'll help with all of the pollution over here. It's not like our pollution is really affecting a lot of things. It's like other than the workers not being happy because they have to work in the pollution. But obviously we don't want that. So, anywho, let's get back here. The next steps. Looks like we are out of research on this island as well. So really we could get rid of this explorer's hut. Let's demo that. And then what do we got going on over here? Is it waiting on resources? We just needed oil. They have the oil. Do they not have enough power though? Nope. They got power now, so they should be good to go. So we should be producing some oil. Wow, that does not look pretty. I'm not gonna lie. That is not the prettiest looking setup right there. There you go. Yeah, they got these green barrels outside. Yeah, that's not that nice looking. But anywho, so we got that up and running. So we do have oil production now, which is dope. But we got to figure out what else we need to be doing. So let's head back to our second island and see what else we need. How is everyone doing on this island? We haven't really visited this one in a little bit because they've been decently self-sufficient. Better clothing. I've given you guys clothing. What's wrong with the clothing? Reserved for use too. Maybe they just want even better than what they have. And unfortunately, I don't think I can provide that. Ooh, before we do that, hold the horses here. I do want to jump back over here and get more research going, so we're not wasting any time at all. What should we do? Cooking? I think cooking could be pretty interesting. Or fountains. Maybe fountains would make them more happy. So let's do fountains first. And now let's head back over to our second island and go to this spaceship. Let's see what we need. How are we checking off the list here? So it looks like we can get everything that we need in order to repair this. We just need steel, we need fuel, and then we need tools. So that's not too bad. So we could start getting everything over. We need 10 steel, 30 tools, and 50 fuel. So the fuel is going to just take a little bit of time to get going. But we need to head back to our third island to grab our ship, the free throw. And we're going to pull him back to the first island here to grab some resources. So what do we have on this island that we can send over? So we have oh my gosh, we have so much iron stored on this island to get iron production up and going. We don't have any fuel, obviously. We have 8 steel, but we needed 10. But we did need 30 tools, where tools are not on that one. Where are tools? Oh, tools are over here. And we needed 30, so we could do that pretty easily. So tools, where's tools? Tools. We'll transfer all 30 of those to it. We're going to kick up the time a little bit here to just move things along so they can get stuff loaded in to the ship. But it shouldn't take that long. So it's actually surprising how quickly we are moving along with everything here. I mean, realistically, in no time at all. Look at that. We already have the steel that we need. The only thing that we're going to be missing then is the fuel, which probably is going to be the most time-consuming one, because we just got it up and running, and we do need 50 of it in order to be able to fuel our spaceship. So I'm guessing that realistically the spaceship will well, I don't know. We're only 20 minutes into the episode. I was going to say maybe the spaceship is the next episode, but it very well could be this one. So let's hop back over. I think it's hilarious how quickly they can unload stuff from the ship, but it takes them forever to load it onto the ship. So steel, we have 12 available. We are transferring 10. Maybe it's just because they have to take it a farther distance on our first island here. It's kind of a far trek for them to go to bring it over. That could be understandable, I guess. All right, we'll bring this over to here, and then that should get us a little bit farther along with getting our spaceship up and running. All right, we'll transfer all of those bad boys. And I hope that they stay. So we do have the 31, and then we'll have the 10 steel. I don't see any reason why they would use it on this island. But yeah, the only thing we're missing now is the fuel. So let's go to the next steps and see how our fuel production is doing on this island. So we have 8. So we really need to ramp up production on our fuel. But unfortunately, it's just a time game, really. So if we kicked it into 4 times speed, everything's just going to keep running. Yeah, and only having 8, that's not super helpful to us. We do have 20 iron on this island. It's actually kind of surprising that we have that much iron here. And is this just not... No, I mean, it's working away. It just takes some time, I guess. Oh, no storage space. Holy smokes. Okay, pause this. We don't have enough storage space, so let's actually get some storage going here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll get a warehouse going here, but I'm going to put a warehouse closer to this stuff over here. So I'm going to put a warehouse right there, and we'll dedicate this warehouse specifically to being for oil and for the refined fuel from oil. So we'll nix it off of this one up here. We'll take it off of here. So it'll just be a few things up there, and then once this one gets up and done, then we will put it as oil as well, or we will put it as oil here. Cool. So we'll come down here. We want it to be oil and fuel. Cool. So it'll start storing everything there, and then hopefully that'll ramp up production as well on our fuel refining. Yeah, it looks like they are. Yep, they moved things from the fuel refinery over here, and they're getting going on producing stuff. Wow, they're actually moving decently fast, maybe. Three of 8 contains 6 of 8, uses 1 every 30 seconds. Oh wow, 60. Okay, so we're chugging along here actually. So it looks like it produces 8. Yeah. So per 1 can of oil, we're getting 8 output, right? Or is it a 1-for-1 exchange? It's kind of hard to tell. I feel like it's not a 1-for-1. I feel like we're getting more fuel per oil, but that could just be me. Well, I'm going to let this run for a hot minute so that we can hopefully get our spaceship in at the end of this episode. And just like that, once again, through the power of editing, we are ready to go. So I actually already took a shipment of oil to our second island. So it only let me do 30, so I had to do 2 cargo ships of it to get the 50 that we need. And so as you can see, we have enough glass, we have enough steel, we have almost enough of the fuel, and then we have enough of everything else for it. So we're pretty much ready. So we'll transfer all that stuff. And now that it's transferred, we can come over here. I'm going to scoot around like so. And we are going to repair our ship. Can we repair it? Yes, you should be able to. Why not? Not enough adults on this island to put 50 are required. Holy smokes. So we need 50. A population of 50. Wow, okay. So I was getting a little bit ahead of myself there then. I thought we were going to be golden to get this up and going, but no, unfortunately we need to have more people on this island. We're just gonna have to get a couple more houses going. We're gonna need some more, probably some more food if I'm not mistaken. I don't think we're gonna have enough food here. Let's get another orchard going. How do we have that one set up there? Where would it make the most sense to have it come off of? Right there? Yeah. So we get some more food production going here. Holy smokes, I didn't think that it was gonna be that intensive. But yeah, we're gonna have to get these up and going, and then we're gonna need a couple more homesteads going. I really wanted to repair that this episode, but it might have to wait until the next one. I mean, to be fair, we got our fuel refinery up this episode, and we did get steel up and going as well, so that's not that bad. Unfortunately, we're probably gonna have to move some more resources to this island in order to get everything going, because we are using up our tools. We're using up our tools to get these houses built up. So it looks like we're gonna need one more house. Yeah, we're gonna need one more house up and going here. So is this, what is that? Our woodcutter. And our woodcutter really wants to be, we want him around, obviously, wood. So I don't want to, we could always move him, but we have these 3 here that he can choose from. So I don't really want to get rid of that for him. We do have our market here. Let's nix out that and that. Maybe we'll get a pathway in here. We could just, you know what? Let's stick another house right here. We'll stick one right off of here. Just like so. And that should get us up to the 50 that we need. Now I do want to put then a road back into here, because we did unlock fountains, and I think that would be kind of cool to add in here. Ooh, but it doesn't bring, oof, it's not close enough. It does need to be next to a road, unfortunately. And realistically, like right here would be like the perfect spot for it. Or like right there would be perfect. But unfortunately we can't do that. We have roads and everything going there. This wouldn't even really hit that many. Jeez, they're making this difficult on us. I mean, we couldn't, realistically we could nix out the road there. We don't really need it there. They're just not gonna move as fast through that area. Can't, what does it have to be on? Oh, it has to be on grass too. Oh wow, that makes it even more difficult. Now this is for jewelry making, right? Yeah. Now, if I put a fountain there, would it hit? It would hit actually a decent amount of our peeps. Our peeps would be decently happy. Maybe that's what we need to do. All right, let's demolish the marketplace. We're getting rid of it. And we're gonna shift it. It's kind of hilarious because I literally only want to shift it a couple of feet. That's all I want to shift it. Now, where is that marketplace? Nope. Where is the marketplace? Port? Nope. That is the one tricky thing. It can be kind of hard to find everything you need. There we go. The marketplace. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, if we literally just shifted it down. Yeah, right there. Look at that. So those will get built, and we'll get a nice little fountain in here, which will bring happiness to most of our peeps. And now, unfortunately, we do need to take this bad boy. Nope, wrong way. There we go. And we'll need to take him back to the first island to get some more resources for us. Some more tools. But luckily, our first island has tons of tools for us to utilize. But it doesn't look like we're making any iron for some reason. We have a huge backlog of iron, but we don't have any being produced. Why is that? Is it just because it's unhappy workers and we don't have enough power? All these people are unhappy. Why are you guys so unhappy? What's going on here? Why is there shouldn't be a demand for glass. Potatoes. I mean, we have this up and going. It's cleaning up the pollution, which should make you guys a little bit happier. But maybe we're just not getting enough power that we need. Yeah, that very well could be the case. Grass, no pollution. So he keeps making that. The pollution is getting cleaned up. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But it's just taking a hot minute to get that iron produced. Yeah, we have no iron. We have a ton of backlog of iron ore. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just need to... We might need to upgrade this a little bit better to be a little bit more productive here. And unfortunately, yeah, this is just... It's just not producing as much as I'd like it to be. We're stocked up, right? Okay, let's head to the second island here. Take some tools to it, and let's check this out. Do we have our fountain? Look at that. How happy are our peeps on this island now? Let's zoom out a little bit here. Look at that. That's so cool. I like the animations that they have on that. So it should be making decent amount of people happy in the area, which is awesome. Like all of these people here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 houses here. It's only leaving out 2, unfortunately, but 7 houses that are happy. We do have all 50 of the people that we need. We do need to just transfer these bad boys. Actually, we don't have all 50 yet. We're still waiting for 4 people to be ready, I guess you could say. 40 are available. Okay, so we have some children, right? I wish you could tell who was who, if we had some children or what was going on here. So... I have no idea. Okay. We don't have any empty posts. We do have some idle workers, though, because of that. Alright. I think, unfortunately, we're going to have to wait until the next episode to get our spaceship up and running. And we're going to probably want to do a little bit of more work on our first island to get our iron production and our steel production to a better spot, because we have a huge backlog of iron ore, but we just aren't producing enough iron itself, and I don't know why that is. We might need some more water going on the island as well, so let's actually do that real quick before we end the episode here. Let's get another water resource going here. Yeah, but we don't want it next to anything, so let me build a road Let's build a road this way. And let's put in... I'm going to put in two things actually over here. First of all, woodcutter. I'm going to put one here because there's plenty of wood around. Let's collect those resources. And then two, I'm going to get a well out here. Maybe like, we should stick it farther out. And then we'll have a well out there to have water as well. Nice little pun there. Didn't mean that. But anyway, that should hopefully help things out a little bit. We might need to get another house up and going in here. We got plenty of space for it though. And we could honestly stick a fountain over here too. Oof, bummer. Okay, so really that would be an ideal spot right there for one. Right here. Because it would hit a decent amount of the people. I mean, here wouldn't be that bad either. But right there would be pretty good to hit all of those. Okay. Well, we'll figure it out in the next episode. We are going to end it there. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, feel free to leave a like down below. Helps me out a bunch. If you're new to the channel, you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button and bell notification. It'll let you know every single time I post a new episode to the channel. But other than that, guys, thank you for tuning in. I will catch you all in the next one. Thanks. Bye.